Good morning, everyone. David and I are heading to hike to the Eagle Rock, which you may or may not have heard of before, but it's part of the Pacific Crest Trail. And we're going to start at Warner Springs, and we're going to head over basically through forest, through desert. It's quite high elevation, and it's going to be a little on the chilly side, but we have a beautiful sunny day. So I'm really excited to do this. We've done it before, and just wait till you see what the Eagle Rock looks like. It is so much bigger than you can imagine that we've just looked tiny in front of it. So yep, that's what we're going to do today, and I'm excited to have you along.
Hey there, today we're taking our third hike on the Pacific Crest Trail. This will be the third time we've gone out to Eagle Rock, which is a spectacular rock outcropping that looks just like an eagle. We love this trail. The first time we took this side of it. Second time with our friend Nancy Miles, we took the other side of it, and it was freezing and windy. This time we've got perfect weather, so we're looking forward to a great hike.
I love having a running creek to our left the whole time we're hiking. The last time we hiked this, it was the middle of the drought, and it was warm and dry, just as beautiful. But there's something so refreshing, isn't there, about a creek and running water. It just, I don't know, it feels quenching.
If you see the shimmering there on the water, the Hebrew word for that is shemayim, where the heavenly, the sky, the sun, meets the earth and sparkles. And it's one of those spiritual things. That's their word for heaven, where the spiritual meets the physical, like it does right in the middle of all of us. Whenever we go hiking, I just feel better. As we age, we get these sort of creaks and sore spots in the morning, and other kinds of exercise can tend to make those things worse. Whereas for whatever reason, hiking on uneven trails and just getting out in nature, it tends to make them go away. So it just makes us feel better.
It's really nice that there's so much shade here, because pretty soon we're heading up into that sunshine. And that's where we're headed. David was just saying, it's hard to believe, but we're really only half an hour away from the desert. We got warm, so we took off a layer, because pretty soon we're going to be out in the bright sunshine. So we're walking along the Pacific Crest Trail. We just got through a really gorgeous oak grove, and now we are in a much more wide open space. A lot of meadows, the oaks are getting smaller, cactus is starting to grow, or to show up, I mean, and it's getting warmer, that's for sure. We had to take off a layer, but that's the fun thing about this hike, is that it has so many different kinds of terrain. It'll just get better as we move along. And suddenly we run into manzanita trees. You can know them by their red bark. They're just gorgeous. And here is a beautiful manzanita. See all the red? There's the trail we're going to be following as we leave these, I don't know, manzanita and oak groves, I guess, creosote too, on our way to Eagle Rock. I can hear the bees humming. One last huge oak before we go out into the plains. Big rocks are starting to show up.
We are now entering the third phase here, where we get into a whole bunch of grazing land. You can see where the cattle here, there's places for them to get water, and sometimes you see herds of hundreds of cattle up here. Those are happy cows. They just enjoy being up there, I'm sure.
So David tells me when we get to the top of this hill, we're going to be able to see the rock. He's got really good eyes though, so we'll see if I see it or not. You know what? He's right. I see it. Wow, and here is where the trail gets really windy until we go to the left over there and get to the rock. You know, I have to wonder how many thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, have walked this trail. Terrain is not quite as good here, but if we're careful, it'll be just fine. Just when you think you're almost there, there's another hill. There she is off in the distance. Won't be long now. Interesting, another artist. Getting closer and closer. And there she is, folks. And you can see by comparing it to David just how big that is. That there is the route we took in the winter. That was actually 10 miles round trip, and it was super cold last December with our good friend Nancy Miles. What a good sport she was. We had no idea it was going to be so cold and so long. I got that. Attaboy. Time for a snack at the base of the Eagle. After an hour and a half of hiking, it's time for some snacks. Got some chips, got some nuts, cut up grapefruit, and chocolate. Milk for him, dark chocolate for me. Our favorite chocolates. This is not a sponsored ad, but Ritter Sport, if you want to sponsor us, we would be more than happy to accept. Heading back down. I'm really enjoying going down this time. Check out that tree. Talk about fortitude. Right in the middle of all these boulders. Look at this beautiful tree. Gorgeous. Now this is funny. Up at Eagle Rock, we saw a guy who had biked all the way up here. He wasn't sure if it was allowed, but heck, there's nobody here to stop him. Can you hear the birds? They're in here somewhere. Watch closely, you'll see them moving around. sure wish we could take this home for firewood. Just too heavy. Bummer. Back to the oak groves. It's so nice and cool here. I can hear the birds singing. I can hear the creek running again. It's good to be back. David just saw a squirrel. It was so cute. Ever notice how they never walk? They just jump everywhere they go. I wish I could catch them on camera, but they're just too quick. I guess there's a lot of bees in this tree. Sure is nice of them to have it ready. I'm super grateful to be able to do this hike. I was feeling puny for a week, and to the point of actually going and getting a COVID test, which thank God turned out to be negative. And anyway, for a couple of weeks there, I wasn't doing much of anything. I wasn't sure if I could do this hike because round trip it's about 7 miles, but hey, I think I'm gonna make it. David is a boy, so he has decided he has to make a dam. And there you go. Oh, that smells so cool. Oh, that feels so good. Thank you, Davy. Almost done.
Hey, thanks for coming along on the hike with us. It's been beautiful. We've got a nice little breeze and heading downhill, and what a great way to end a hike in the shade. And just don't forget to subscribe. That helps us out a lot. And hit the like button. And definitely leave a comment if you've been on this hike before or if you have questions.
That's right. Yeah, thanks a lot. And I want to thank everybody for subscribing. Those of you who have subscribed, it's so motivating when you do, because every single subscriber that I see just makes me more and more glad to do this kind of work and get out there more and share it with you. So thank you everyone for every single subscriber. And hopefully we'll see you on the next hike. Okay. That's the end of the hike, folks. I don't think I've ever been so glad to see our Yukon.